welcome to another episode of Give Me Back My Action Movies, the podcast. And this is a very special episode, as this is our, it's kind of like the old days when you used to have the big holiday specials. This is our spooktacular. That's right, folks. It is our Halloween episode, and not only is it being hosted by me, your MC, and of course Charlie, but we have special guests with us, just like they would have done back in the old days. We have Nosferatu Nate. Nathan.
Uh-oh.
We have our special musical guest, the Sinister Sludge.
What's up, people?
Of course, we have Cadaver Charlie.
I was wondering if I get a nickname.
It was that or Old Corpsey. And I am Dead Man Dan, as we like to welcome you to the Halloween edition of Give Me Back My Action Movies.
Yes.
It's a Dead Man Dan's party.
Dead Man Dan's party.
Oh man,
That's
I
awesome.
should have put
Very
Oingo
nice.
Boingo on this.
I
that
know,
would
that would have been the perfect moment.
Oh well. All right, so everyone, we'd like to first and foremost thank Sludge for coming onto the show again. Nate, you don't get a thanks. You're part of the network now. So
Thank you.
Well, Sludge is too, but he's
Yeah.
he's like the next door neighbor that makes the special appearances during the 80s sitcom thing.
That's
He
right,
pops in
just-
and out.
I'm Jefferson. I'm not as cool as him, but
All right, so we're going to be doing this Halloween episode, and if you've seen, well, obviously you saw the title. It is the movie Dead Heat.
Just an ordinary guy on just another day.
I hope you are ready for 1988's version of what was that movie they made where they were supposed to be ghost cops? What was that, R.I.P.D. or something?
Oh, the recent one with Ryan Reynolds and Jeff Bridges. Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
I will
that's the
argue
one.
that this movie's better.
I think equal. I think equal, because the special effects definitely blow it away in R.I.P.D. But that's-
Definitely, but it's missing the awesome high caliber one-liners of Dead Heat.
It's missing the everything that Dead Heat has.
Yeah. That's Treat Williams and Joe Piscapo. That's exactly what it's missing.
And more. I was yelling at my TV when there were some people showing up because I was so excited because I thought I'd seen this movie before and I was dead wrong.
Oh, there's so many people in this one.
This movie afforded me the opportunity to see Ralphie's dad shoot people with an Uzi.
Yep. You don't always get that in these type of movies.
You do not. All right, let's go ahead and start off with the trailer. Here we go.
There's definitely something very weird going on here.
Detective Roger Mortis has a problem. He's dead. But Detective Bigelow is bringing him back alive.
We have something on the monitor, Captain. That's okay. Don't get up. Told you not to get up.
Now, he's got 12 hours to solve the toughest murder case of his career. His own.
What is this thing? Very ugly. Get down!
Remember the good old days when guns killed people? That's it. From now on, I'm a vegetarian. How do you fight this thing? Maybe we could drown it in A1 sauce.
Treat Williams
Sit down.
and Joe Piscopo are Dead Heat.
You shoot them, they don't die.
You can't keep a good cop dead.
Charlie, there's all your one-liners that you guys wanted so bad.
They're all in the
Yeah.
trailer.
Filled with them.
how awesome is the trailer that I'm even more hyped to watch the movie again now. Like, just
I am
listen.
too,
Yeah.
man.
I am just as excited now. It's like, I forget recording this. I want to go watch Dead Heat right
I think I
now.
may force the wife to watch it tonight.
I still think Treat Williams' character has the best name in movie history,
Oh,
Roger Mortis.
absolute.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't know if people know this, but rigor mortis is when you die and your limbs stiffen. That way, you know, Roger Mortis is kind of a fun play of words.
Oh, Nate. What Nate just said is it's gonna kind of be his shtick as it goes in this show, because he did this in a future show you guys haven't heard yet.
Don't
and,
worry, I have another shtick that's going to be coming up later.
Leave! Leave!
And da 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 da. Ow!
Man, Dan busted out the priest early in this episode.
Well, Nate, you forced me. You forced my hand, sir. All right. So, Dead Heat, 1988's R-rated 1 hour 26 minute one-liner fest, as we have already discussed. It let's see. Let me get down here to the budget. It was a budget of $5 million and grossed worldwide $3,588,626. So did not make its money back. This film was written and directed by folks that went on to have careers that wasn't necessarily writing and directing careers. The
No.
director, Mark Goldblatt, he went on to do a lot of editing for some very famous movies. None of the least would be Terminator 2, X-Men, True Lies, Starship Troopers, etc., etc. He only really directed 3 movies, including this one. So Dead Heat, this really big piece of crap called The Punisher with Dolph Lundgren.
Dan's favorite
and-
movie.
Oh, love that
Dan's
movie.
favorite interpretation of the Punisher, his favorite character.
And a TV episode of Erie, Indiana. So, he went on to, like I said, have a very good career, but it's mostly all in editing. Whereas the writer of this, Terry Black, who is related to Charlie,
Shane Black, the younger brother of Shane Black.
he went on to, okay, he wrote some video games later on. He wrote this. He wrote 5 episodes of Tales from the Crypt, a couple episodes of Silk Stalkings, and a couple video games.
I want to hunt down those episodes of Tales from the Crypt now after
Yeah.
watching this.
Yeah.
Not as a prolific career as his brother Shane necessarily.
Well, no, but
I feel like he.
I don't know what
he
to say
would've
to that. I
stuck
love
with-
this movie, so to me, he's
Yeah.
top notch.
If he would have stuck with writing screenplays, who knows what kind of like
Yeah.
other dimension Terry Black films we would have. Like, I wish he would have. I wish Mark Goldblatt would have made more, but it's unfortunate that his 2 movies he made flopped, and studios were probably hesitant to give him millions of dollars.
Yeah. Well, that's probably it. So let's go ahead and get started right away with talking about a little bit of the synopsis of this movie. If you're not familiar with Dead Heat, I knew what it was ish. I had heard of it, but I had never seen it.
Well,
So Charlie,
you should have known about this because there was an article written a year ago.
It was
was
in
it-
October of last year,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
October last year. There was this article that made its way around the internet about Dead Heat. I forget who the writer of that was.
I
oh,
quote
it
quote
was-
Egon, print is dead.
Yeah, it was me who wrote it. So that's how all of you, except for Tristan knew. That's how all of you knew.
Oh yeah, this
of
is a
Dead
childhood
Heat.
movie for me.
It's a childhood movie for him. I found it later. This is also a year in the making of me and Tristan bonding over this movie. He literally goes to me and says, "If you ever do this movie on the podcast, I have to be on there." And
Oh,
I am making good on my promise.
I appreciate that so much.
Go ahead and throw out a quick synopsis of Dead Heat. Nate, tag in.
All right. 2 cops, dead heat. Zombies, the undead, are now robbing jewelry stores, and one of the cops ends up dead, and now they have to solve his death, all while giving one-liners and hitting on the babes. Dead heat.
Nate's got this down, man.
That-
Nate's
that
the
was-
synopsis guy from now on.
Boom.
That was the best synopsis ever.
He may
Yeah.
just have to record all synopsises, and we will just drop them in the episode.
I'm hiring Nate for the Monster Movie Stompdown. as
Yeah.
well.
You're welcome,
That's
world.
pretty good.
That was
That's pretty good.
fantastic.
All right, so now that you know the synopsis of the movie, let's go ahead and start talking about some of the reasons that the crew loved this movie. And let's start with our guest Tristan.
Man, this was a childhood film of mine. Like, I mean, I was real young when it came out, but early in my childhood, as my father, who some of you listening to this may know him, Mark from the Monster Movie Stompdown, graciously introduced his 5-year-old son, me and me, to Nightmare on Elm Street at the age of 5. Superb parenting. I quickly got me into anything and everything horror. Plus, we watched tons of action movies. So I think I was probably like, I don't know, maybe 7, 8 when I first saw this film. And it introduced me to Treat Williams, who I'm a big fan of. We did Deep Rising on our show because of Treat Williams. I saw this movie as a kid and fell in love with it. I think we rented it from, I couldn't find it anywhere, but there was a Blockbuster near my home in Florida that I would rent this from almost religiously, like constantly rented it. Then when we moved, I couldn't find it ever again, and didn't find it again until probably a few years ago. Seen it on TV here and there, but finding an actual copy was non-existent. So for me, this was just, I was a big fan of the Lethal Weapon series growing up, big fan of horror movies. So I love buddy cop, loved, zombie films. This was the perfect duo of those style of films for me, and amazing one-liners. I'm a sucker for one-liners. This movie's full of it. Plus, it has a lot of classic faces in it that I enjoyed. Obviously, Vincent Price. I'm a big horror movie fan. Vincent's probably one of my absolute favorites. I have no complaints on this movie whatsoever. It makes me smile and laugh, and it's almost like, for me, this movie, that feel-good feeling that people get when they watch A Christmas Story at Christmas time. That's what I get when I watch Dead Heat all the time. Like, it just brings glee and joy to my heart when I watch this movie. It's so much fun, super nostalgic to me. You'll not hear any complaints from me out of this movie. Great. Special effects aren't, they're great. They're great for the 80s. A lot of blood and guts. It's gooey, as Pete likes to say when we talk about movies. It is super gooey. The scene that sticks out especially to me is when Randy, one of the female characters who works for Dante, the company that makes this resurrection machine in the movie, she apologizes to Treat Williams' character in the bathroom. She starts to melt down just from realizing all of a sudden she's been dead the whole time.
Yeah.
But for somehow, a lot of the stuff in this movie makes no sense, but it doesn't matter because it's so much fun. She's not been decomposing like Treat has. All of a sudden, she decomposes and melts down in like 30 seconds, and it is absolutely epic. And then her skull apologizes finally. So I don't know how it could verbally have done that, but it doesn't matter. This movie is so much fun. And I want to talk about probably my favorite scene, but I also know it's Charlie's favorite scene in the movie.
Oh,
So I'm
we
gonna say
can do that here in a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that for Charlie. It is an absolute, when this movie, you don't think this movie could get any more ridiculous and better. It throws you a bone because it just gets better and more ridiculous as it goes on. Tons of great people popping up. I mean, of course, you got Treat Williams and stuff, but we've talked about this before or earlier. The amount of people that's in it. I mean, like Robert Picardo, who plays Lieutenant in the beginning. Most people see him from a lot of like B movies. I mean, he was in this. He was in Gremlins 2. He's in Munchies, The Man Who Fell to Earth. The wrestler Tanaka's in this. Ki Luke, who's actually in both Gremlins movies. He's the old Chinese guy who has the Mogwai. He's in this. He's actually was the original Kato back in the 40s, in case anybody didn't know that. A lot of cool people showing up in this movie. So, I mean, for me, it's 80s music, 80s one-liners, great action film, great horror movie, tons of freaking fun. I couldn't complain. Plus, we're talking about Terry Black earlier, being a writer and not being as good as Shane Black. Shane Black actually made a cameo in this movie. It was his second cameo in his movie career.
Yep.
So I have no complaints. I love this film. I can keep talking about it, so I'm gonna pass the baton to whoever Dan decides.
No, that's fine, man. That's great.
All right, Nate, you're up, Mr. Synopsis.
Oh, everything that Tristan just said is correct. Like, this was my first viewing of the movie. I thought I had seen it before, especially like when I had read Charlie's article a year ago. I was like, oh yeah, this sounds familiar. And then once I started watching it, I was like, nope, definitely have not seen this one. And this is like the perfect, I'd almost say like a parody movie, because like it hits every single checklist of what you would want from an 80s like B-rated horror movie, and spoofing on like what was popular at the time with 80s action movies. Like, it just found a way to marry everything together so beautifully and so awesome. I mean, the movie starts out with a classic like diamond heist by these two thugs, and their way of getting to the jewelry is shooting the glass that holds the jewelry, thus effectively shooting the jewelry. Like, I was killing me. And like, all the special effects, the blood splatters, like, when I think back of like these movies that we all love from back then, the VHS era, these special effects are what comes to my mind. Like, um, the way that the blood just squirts out of people, the way that they're just an incredible ambulance car crash that happens in this movie later on, that I don't understand how nobody died when filming that.
Because he was
Um,
already dead, Nate.
Spoiler alert,
He was
he's
already
dead. Um, spoiler a lot of people die in this.
Save it
In-
for the
in
body count. Nate.
glorious
Save it
ways.
for the body
Yeah,
count.
save it for the body count though. Even down to just the way that the guns sound. There is ridiculous, over the top, crazy music that is playing sometimes in the background. That's just like the musical score, and no one ever has to reload ever whatsoever. Um,
Actually,
God,
Treat Williams, or he does reload.
yeah, he reloads like twice.
Yeah, but I mean, they're Uzis, they're like Mac 10s. But yeah, actually, because you say that, that cracks me up, because I actually did see him reload in this movie. I went, wait a minute, what's he doing with the
Well, you
clips
guys
and
are
the bandolier?
you say that if you pay attention, several of the like thugs have Uzis with the clips taped to each other, so they can flip it real
Oh,
quick
so they
and
can flip them.
reload.
Yep.
And then Treat at the end grabs an entire gun belt of Uzi clips
There's
from one of the
like
security
12
guards.
clips on that
Yeah,
thing. It's ridiculous.
12 clips, a grenade, all this other stuff is on this belt that he just casually grabs off of a security guard.
How did we not get Treat and Joe to play like off each other in different movies throughout time? How
Thank
did
you.
that not happen?
Thank you. That's
I
been
don't
my
know.
question
I-
forever.
Those two worked off each other so well. And like, when I was looking up history on this movie, like, those guys were working 12 to 18 hours a day on this movie,
Yeah.
and were having a blast. Like,
Well, it was only
at-
like a 36 or 37-day shoot, something like that.
yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
like,
Some scenes with those two in this one, I mean, honestly, to me, was better as far as the chemistry between them than Mel Gibson and Danny Glover in Lethal Weapon. And I love the Lethal Weapon movies.
Yeah.
Those are
Oh.
like, if I'm depressed, I'm putting the Lethal Weapon movie on because it makes me feel better. Treat and Joe were there. Yeah, they were phenomenal. There should have been so many more movies with those two together.
Well, you bring that up, but you have to look at it like this: Treat and Joe in this, Doug and Roger, have been partners for a while. This isn't like they were just thrown together like Murtaugh and Riggs, or
That's true. Yeah, wasn't it like 12 years they said, or
yeah,
they were
they've been they were in training in the academy together.
right.
So
Right. That's right.
they've come up together, and they play that as if they had been. I mean, their banter between each other, it's almost like classic Laurel and Hardy kind of stuff. The straight man, which obviously is the Treat Williams character, and then the goofball, Joe Piscopo, is perfection to me.
right
I,
out the
I
gate too,
loved it.
because like, once you're introduced to these characters, they're driving in a car, and Treat's like, you didn't tell me that we are dressing up as undercover cops today, because he's like, I look like a full-on FBI agent, and Joe Piscopo is in a leather jacket with an amazing mullet and just like chilling.
Driving a cherry red Chevy 60 Impala, man. I mean,
Beautiful.
this thing grabs you the second the movie starts. It's fantastic. This is 80s all over. It oozes, as Sludge put it. It's gooey with 80s.
So gooey with 80s in all the right ways.
Yeah,
That's really disgusting.
exactly. That's really disgusting.
That, of course, was Joe Piscapo during this film. So the drops I'm going to use are mostly the ones from this film. So, but I'm just going to throw them in there, I think, when they're relevant at this point.
Well, yeah, like you said, we caught most of them in the trailer inadvertently because
so-
we're all
Yeah.
like, "What's your favorite line?" And we're spitting them off, and then we're all sitting here listening to the trailer, going, "Ah,
And
yeah,
right there
ah,
it is.
there it is."
It was the mixtape of one-liners right there for us.
I could have that trailer as a ringtone. That's what I could do.
I'm going to go ahead and play my favorite from the movie just to get it out of the way.
Sorry to interrupt your erection, pal, but we'd like to speak with the management of this facility.
Yeah, and that's when they show up to the pharmaceutical manufacturer, and the office guy, the front desk guy, is reading like a Playboy, and
Yeah,
he won't listen to him. They're like, cops, and he's like, cops, and that's when Piscopo is like, hey, dude, I know you got a bone and stuff, but we're cops. We need you to listen to us.
Man, and I don't know, and I should have looked this up, but both times I watched it, because I watched it last night and today, like Charlie did. That the guy who plays that, clerk or that office, their desk guy right there in that quote, was it just me, or did he look like a young David Harbour?
oh yeah, he really did.
Like I was,
Oh,
as
and
I
I
was
that's a
looking
good
at him,
eye.
But yeah, no, I agree with that. I kept looking at him going, it's familiar, very familiar,
Yeah, I was
like
like,
face
could
features and
that be
everything.
David Harbour? I don't know. I meant to
Yeah.
look that up, but he looks just like him.
Like in an
Uh,
uncredited role.
Yeah.
And for a movie that really doesn't have a ton of people in it, it's hard to tell. I'm looking, I don't see a David Harbour on there. I don't even see like what his name would even be in here. You would think like Guy with Girly Mag would be his character name,
Yeah.
but I'm not seeing it on
What a way
here.
to go down in history.
Yeah, Guy
Mhm.
with Girly Mag.
That is wild. That he's, the fact that this movie has so many little cameos, and not just cameos, but like you said, like Vincent Price, he's a big deal in this.
Yeah.
I screamed when he came up on screen because I wasn't paying attention when the movie was like starting up because it was just the opening scroll of everyone's like that's in the movie.
Mhm.
So I didn't see that he was in this, like his name popping up because I was like prepping up dinner and stuff. And when he came on, I was like, oh, Vincent
Yeah,
Price.
you're like halfway through the movie before he shows up. So
Well, he shows up like in the TV first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that's about halfway.
Yeah, I guess
Roger's
so.
already dead. They're
Mhm.
hunting down the lady from the lab, and she's got the videotape. She's trying to ditch town. So they pop it in, and it's like all of a sudden this like decrepit, dying looking Vincent Price. You're like, oh crap, that's Vincent Price. Because like
Yeah.
the first time I watched it, I wasn't like reading the cast or anything. I just knew, Joe Piscopo, Treat Williams, movie zombie cops. That's all I cared about when I watched it.
And you had a couple other ones, like you also had that. What's her name? It's Beth something or other, but she was in like Scream 3. She's like one of the lab techs, but she was most famously known because she's the woman in that John Bon Jovi video. She's in
Oh,
this.
yeah.
She's like got a brief scene. She was in gosh, She Don't Know Me. She was in that video.
Okay.
She's in this for like a brief moment as a lab tech or something like that in the Dante office, which the Dante office, if anybody else noticed, by the way, is the same set that was used for Biodome.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did see that.
Yes.
the thing that I'm looking through, I'm looking through the cast and I'm watching the movie and such, and because as I'm watching this, because I don't have the nostalgic feels like you guys do necessarily, so I'm watching it. I'm looking at my phone. I'm looking at IMDb. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the phone, and I notice Martha Quinn, MTV's VJ fame. Martha Quinn is in this as a newscaster,
Oh yeah.
and I'm like, all right, that is the most rando Fernando placement of a actress, that I can imagine in this particular movie.
Well, I'm
And I was
sure
just-
it's just we need someone to read this line and show up in this one clip.
Mhm.
Will you do it type situation. And talking about people that look like other people, the first time I watched this, the girl that plays Randy James, her name's Lindsay Frost. I swear she was the girl from Universal Soldier, the reporter.
That's it. Yeah, even today I was like, man, who is this chick? Because I never looked her up. You know,
But
in
she's
the movie.
not. It's not her.
It's not her.
That's how
She
close.
looks just like her.
I'm
She really
talking
does.
like doppelganger, because I just watched Universal Soldier a couple days ago, and I'm doing it again. And I had already looked this up whenever I was doing my article. That I was like, I swear that's who she is. I mean, there's no doubt that's her in my mind. No, not even her, man.
Wow,
She
that's
jumped
crazy.
into like soap opera type movies. I think she was in Collateral with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Collateral Damage. She's also in The
Yep.
Ring, but it's like I don't recognize
No,
her at all from The Ring.
but I'm saying straight doppelganger. Like what?
Monolith. She was in Monolith with Bill Paxton.
Yes,
That's why. That's probably why she's very recognizable to me as well.
I'm gonna, whenever this drops, I'm gonna put up a little picture of her and the girl from Universal Soldier. See how crazy we are. It's just let's everybody see just how close she looks like that chick.
Well, Tristan, why don't you go ahead and tell us your? We're going to leave Nate out in the wind for just a second here, because I want your favorite scene of the movie, and I know that that's also Charlie's favorite scene of the movie. So I'll have you guys tag team this thing together real quick. But Tristan, being the guest, you go ahead and start talking about your favorite scene of the movie. Charlie, you chime in, and Nate, you hush for a second.
I think this might be my favorite scene too.
Oh,
But it's cool.
and it's so hard to choose, man, because as the scenes go on, it's like, that's my favorite. No, that's my favorite. No, that's my favorite. It hands down goes to when we get to meet the character, Mr. Thule, who is the grandpa or the old guy from Gremlins, in his Chinese restaurant. And then, of course, the famous wrestler Tanaka, who's got a brief role in it.
Professor
Professor
Toroto Tanaka.
Oh man, he's awesome in that one. When he cuts his badge in half, it's epic. But they go looking for him to get some information to find out who killed Roger. And they're in a Chinese restaurant. There's ducks everywhere. There's pigs, and Mr. Thule decides he's going to show them how this works, and turns on a miniature version of the machine that's used to the resurrection machine, and everything comes to life.
Everything.
Headless ducks, skinless ducks, a roasted pig, and you don't think it gets any crazier because they're trying to fight these off. You got duck, it's gooey and brilliant, pecking it at their faces. They're shooting them with guns. One of the best lines in the movie, I think, was one of our drops was from this scene. And if it doesn't get any better, out of the freezer comes this massive cow. Yeah, just
this
headless, footless. It's just the body. It's
picture what you would see hanging in a butcher shop on the hook. Just these, like the side of beef, but both sides are still together, and it is running at Treat Williams after Treat Williams gets attacked by the largest liver I've ever seen in my life.
Yes.
And I'm sitting there going, like, as they're going through it, kind of like as they kill these zombies, you're trying to think of like, go for the head, do all this other stuff. That doesn't work here because a liver is alive. The duck heads are alive by themselves. The wings in the fry basket are dancing around in the oil, and this headless side of beef just charges Treat Williams. And oh my God. I love
that
this
whole
movie.
scene is absolutely brilliant. And to make it even better, after they're fighting off this plethora of a Chinese buffet, they make it through it, and they get into the Mr. Thule's office, and he's got this little miniature like test machine of the resurrection. It's got a duck head on there, and Doug is playing with it, and the duck starts quacking, and Roger's trying to talk to him, and then he finally just walks over and just squeezes the duck's mouth with his fingers, and you hear the duck just like, oh, it's brilliant. That whole scene is freaking cinema gold, in my opinion.
Hey, Nate, did that switch look familiar to you, sir, that he uses
that
to
little
turn
3-inch switch?
The 3-inch switch. You guys, this will be after, so we're good. They've heard the From Beyond episode. You'll understand the inside joke of the 3-inch switch.
3-inch switch. You guys missed, though, the one thing that turned into a zombie that had me rolling. The eggs.
All the eggs.
Oh, that's
just
all
right.
the eggs start to come to life, but because they're eggs, they just explode. And I was like, that's the number 12 on the menu.
I don't care how many times I've seen this. I see something else come to life in that. The ducks are all hanging upside. The fish heads like start moving their mouths. Um, there's a movie in the 90s, John Leguizamo's The Pest, and he goes
Yes.
into the Chinese
Yes.
place and he's like, Quacky. Oh, God, Quacky. I'm saying that. Jackie's losing it because she's seen that movie too. And all the duckheads are dancing. And I'm like, oh, no, not Quacky.
One of the things that I wondered too during that scene when it was happening, like, what if someone accidentally turned on that machine late night while closing?
That's just look, that
That's
place
something that
was
could have very well happened.
that place was not very sanitary before all that started happening.
No.
And I love when
Which
was it
means
Treat
the food's
Williams?
great.
Exactly. It's the
Treat
best.
shoots Tatanka and he instantly dies, and Doug's just like, oh, one bullet killed him. He's like, not everyone's dead.
Yeah. Not everyone's dead. It's Sub-Zero from Running Man. And this is a running thing Dan and I have had in the show that every time we talk about it, Dan talks about him. He's like, yeah, from Sub-Zero. And I'm like, yeah, the butcher from Dead Heat also. He's like, yeah. And you can also tell how quiet Dan's been because he messaged me last night at this scene like, what just happened? You had me till this scene. What's going on?
You mean the best scene?
No, it's just absolute brilliance, I think.
That's it. From now on, I'm a vegetarian.
Yeah, that
There
right
it is.
there.
Yeah. So when the beef breaks out,
How do you fight this thing?
Maybe we could drown it in A1 sauce.
That's my pick. That was my drop. I love that.
yeah. And just so that we do honor Professor Tanaka.
Listen, Mongo, we're cops, and if Thul's not out here in 10 seconds, we're gonna kick some honorable ass.
Yeah, and that's when he chops the badge in half with
Yep.
a big meat cleaver. And
Not only that, but he has a butcher's apron on, but no shirt. So it's just skin and sweat and everything.
up
And
the
he's
code.
in there. Exactly. We're not
Yeah, you
worried about
probably-
the health department coming in on that.
No.
yeah, it was pretty gruesome. So you guys were talking about all those creatures coming to life and the special effects there. What about The Thing?
The Thing.
What is this thing? Very ugly.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Where did that? Because it's like a two-faced, two-headed. It's one head but two.
It looks like a troll from Ernest Scares Stupid, but
So-
a
It
biker.
does like Trantor.
Yes.
It's 3 slices of a face. And what it does is it confuses your eyes because there's 3 noses. And as we look at people, we know there's a center line to a face, and that's what we can tell that's a face. But because they did 3, your eyes can never focus completely on what that creature is unless you like pause the video and actually look at it. But when it's moving, he's almost like this blur the entire time you're looking at him. And it's I think they did it on purpose to kind of give you this uneasy, like this guy's otherworldly or, some other not human that's attacking Joe Piscopo at that time. And I think it's brilliant. Whoever came up with that, that needs to happen more in movies. I loved it.
I agree. Like that's it. That whatever it was, yeah, looked absolutely great, and I like the way they shot that.
Very effective.
Yeah, so during the fight with him, and that's basically where Roger ends up dying in the facility, and they find the resurrection machine, and that's how he comes back to life, and they discover that all these zombie bad guys basically that they're trying to fight now and figure things out. So it's an important part of the movie is that, like you guys said, the buddy cop aspect of Joe Piscopo's character, Treat Williams' character back and forth with each other, because like after he dies, Piscopo is so bummed about this. He's having really a lot of trouble processing it.
Yeah, he lost his best friend. That's,
Right.
In an accident.
Yeah, and I guess Roger's on again, off again ex-girlfriend type character is the like assistant coroner, I assume, is her position.
That's
in
what
this
it seemed
movie.
like as they played on that.
You got the buddy cop dynamic, but she's the one that's always like the conscience. She's like, oh, you should do this, and you should come back to the lab. We can maybe help you, and this, and this, and this. And the 2 guys are still very 80s gung-ho going to go get the bad guy, going to go get the bad
Yeah.
guy. You know, it was kind of a neat dynamic the way they did it.
Yeah, that part was neat. I want to two things before we pass this part. The first thing is the most disturbing part of the movie was right there when he got put into the decompression room, which is basically a room where they euthanize animals from testing and suck all the oxygen out. So that's how he dies. Did anyone else notice the poor puppy in a little
Yes.
I
basket
didn't notice that.
next to the room? So she literally says, "This is sometimes. Unfortunately, this is where we have to put him down sometimes." Well, while they're fighting the thing and he gets bumped into the room, the camera keeps cutting to this dog in the hallway in a crate, and
Mhm.
you have to go, "Oh shit." That dog was supposed to go in there. It's this cute little puppy. And I'm like, that's more disturbing than the thing with three faces running around all over the place. I was like, that's messed up. Exactly.
Yes.
So, and number two, what you were just saying about her as being the conscious, I'll buy that. Had they left out the part that her first reaction was, hey, let's hawk him up on top of the resurrection machine and see what happens.
Yeah. Well, that whole
Yeah.
scene itself is, and this lets you know how brilliant the movie is, because if you think about it, like, where's security? Like, they just let them in this room that's supposed to be top secret, and
Yeah.
she knows how to fire up all this stuff, and it makes no sense plot wise, but just
It
getting
doesn't.
him to be resurrected, but you don't care because it's
No.
just it's so fun.
No, the movie's so fast paced and well done that I can overlook that because obviously you have to get to that point. I
Right.
mean, there's even a whole nother subplot of someone killed him. It wasn't that he got locked in the room. Someone else turned it on and we don't see that face right away. So there's a lot going on in here to process, and I was just like, but still, I'm like focused on a poor little puppy that was next in line. His girlfriend hooked him up on the machine, like, yep, let's just see what goes here. She's like typing in, like, he died from this, died from asphyxiation, he's this. And I'm like, why does the machine need to know all that? Why can't you just hit the button, electricity turns on, and boom, he's back alive? Sorry, Dan, that was my points I wanted to make before we passed.
No, by all means. I mean, because there's a lot of this movie, and I'm watching it going, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Why in the hell is that the situation?
But it's the 80s. Does it really need
It
to
all
make
made
sense?
perfect sense.
At the end of it, I just went, whatever. I mean, I was sitting there and I was watching it, and I was trying to make heads or tails, and then I remembered this. And I went, oh, yeah, it's the 80s.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to make any sense. I
No,
forgot about
no,
that.
Though
was
I
like,
honestly
screw
thought
me, right?
you would have killed Doug and not Roger.
Oh,
Like,
oh,
just
don't
because
go-
of him being like
They
the
get
comic
to it.
guy. It would have been
Well, that-
him like getting bit. He'd be the
Well,
guy got bit. Like, oh, they don't turn you into zombies. Look.
I see
no.
where you're going. I see where you're
Yeah.
going with that because that would have been what we expect. Yet,
Yeah.
what they did was what we didn't expect, which makes it better. We're left with the wisecracking cop to try and help solve this murder. And I guess ultimately, once it happens, you realize, oh, well, Roger's still running around. We still get the same buddy cop duo the entire movie. But I'm with you. The first time I watched it, you're fully expecting Doug to bite
And
it at first.
By
Yeah.
the time it gets to the end, you're like, it needed to be Roger that turns. It had to be Roger that died.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like it's that like character arc is glorious.
Well, what's weird about it is, like I said, I never saw this movie, but I had an inkling of what it was about. So I'm watching it going, okay, one of these guys is going to get killed, and they're going to be like a ghost. And it's going to be a ghost floating around, incorporeal ghost, helping out his partner
Yeah.
track down the killer. That's what I'm thinking the entire time. I'm watching it going, okay, when's Piscopo going to get killed? All right, because he's obviously going to be the one that gets killed because he's like, oh, look, I'm a ghost now. Hoo, ha, ha, joke. And I'm watching it going, no. Oh, they're going to kill the other guy. Okay. I was like, that's a pretty good little twist. I kind of like that. I was like, all right. And he becomes kind of sarcastic. He kind of becomes real like, screw it, I'm dead. I guess now I can be a kind of a, and by the end of the movie, he's a real jackass kind of
Yeah,
character
yeah.
because he's like, who cares now? You know? Yeah.
I feel like I've seen that movie though you were describing, like some kind of ghost cop or something like that. I
Yeah,
can't put
Dan's
my
got me
finger
curious about
on
a
it.
ghost cop movie
Yeah.
now.
There's got to be Ghost Cop the movie or something out there, guys.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, this could be your ticket, Dan. I feel like this is our calling.
Nate and Dan presents Ghost Cop.
Ghost Cop. Ghost Cop's Revenge.
Music by Sludge.
There we go.
Yeah. Starring Charlie.
We'll get Poster
Ghost
Smash
Cop.
to direct it.
Yeah, exactly. Ghost Cop coming to the theater near you. All right, so while you guys all look up Ghost Cop and get your tickets for that, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. So stick around as we listen to more Give Me Back My Action Movie, the Spooky Halloween Edition.
Welcome to the Monster Movie Stompdown, where twice a month we review monster movies from all corners of the planet. Join me, Sludge. And I went to watch it the other night, and she's like, "Why are you watching this? You can quote this movie line for line." That's very accurate. My co-host, Mark.
Don't ask me to do a stomp down on this because it's zero. Okay, dude.
Ruben, what's your stomp down rate? And our brother from Texas, Ruben.
It's just, I'm like, wait a minute. They tricked me into watching this.
Yeah, that's what I felt like. As we give you the history, our review, and the stomp down rating of some of the best and worst monster movies around. Available through the Podbean app, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Amazon. Make sure and check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
Just how drunk are we gonna get?
Welcome to Good Beer, Bad Movie Night, where each month we drink finely crafted brews while watching terrible films in order to see just how drunk you have to get to enjoy them. So tune in and join Troy.
Killboy Crites.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Thank you.
Dave.
I have the weirdest boner.
And Pete. IPAs are ales, meaning they are bottom fermented. Excuse me, they are top fermented. I that up. Try that again. As we drag Kathleen,
Hear me.
kicking and screaming through an alcohol-fueled podcast dedicated to movies of questionable quality and the frosty adult beverages that help make them tolerable. Good Beer, Bad Movie Night. Clearly, it's the beer's fault.
Hey, this is Jimmy Street, host of the Live and in Color with Wolfie D podcast. Here are the life and times of professional wrestler Wolfie D. From his times in the territories with PG-13 to his times in WWE, ECW, WCW, TNA, and more. Nothing is off limits and nothing will be held back. Available now on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and all major podcast formats.
Oh, the magic of live drops. I love them so much. So
I will say it does make editing a heck of a lot easier. You are correct.
Yeah, big fan. So, Tristan, with you being a fellow podcaster, you like live drops?
I do. It makes things easier. We actually just now started getting to where we're doing those. I used to edit ours in, and live drops are way easier to handle when it comes to editing. So much easier.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. Nate, you don't edit. You don't know.
Nope. I've offered to help. So maybe one time it'll come.
Yeah,
Maybe, but I enjoy it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it feels like Charlie's got it down pat right now.
Dan made me dread it so bad until I started doing it for the horror show, and I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah,
What's he talking about?
Just enjoy the ride, Nate. Like, I don't let Mark or Ruben edit anything.
No, because they would edit it certain ways.
Yeah, they would.
Exactly. No RoboCop references, a bunch of Titanic music. It would just be awful.
It'd be all lies of me loving Godzilla 98 or Titanic.
They would find every audio of you doing it, and there would be like this 15-minute segment.
Yeah.
Which one? Okay, so which one was Godzilla 98? Was that the one with Matthew Broderick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that was horrific.
It is an absolute turd fest.
Yeah, it's really bad. I saw it in the theater because I was all excited.
Same.
And I saw it in the theater, and then I left, and I was like, well, I hate Godzilla and everything that's ever been now because that movie was that bad.
Oh, man, that was the most disappointing thing. Like, I mean, being such a massive Godzilla fan as I am and so pumped to go to the theaters to see that because that was going to be my first in-theater experience of Godzilla. I walked out the most pissed-off kid on earth. I was furious.
Yeah, me and Benny were not happy. We went and watched that at the Richlands Mall, and God, that was horrible. We were so pumped for that movie.
Up in Mansfield?
No,
No, no.
Richlands. Dan knows
okay,
where
okay.
Richlands is.
I'd say I
Yeah.
do not.
Hey, Nate, blink. Yep, missed it. So actually, it's funny because where Charlie lives, Richlands was the big town close to
Yeah,
it.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, about the size of Lebanon. You know,
It had a mall.
you are correct. So yeah, it had a mall.
It only had like 3 stores in it, but it had a mall.
Bless now.
And that's where the GameStop was.
Not anymore.
Oh, is it gone? Dude, it was the weirdest GameStop, by the way, because it was just a strip mall, right? And there was a Walmart in there and some other things. And then on the end was like, I think, Advanced Auto Parts. And then there was just a door in the side of the wall and it said GameStop above it. It was kind of like the door between RST Video and the Quick Stop on Clerks.
Yeah.
It was just a random door in the side of the wall. It looked like it was such an afterthought. It was hilarious.
It's like they forgot, like, hey, there's supposed to be a door there. And they're like, let's just cut through the block. And they put a door in.
Yeah, it was wild.
It's crazy.
Insane.
But, yeah. Good times.
All right.
Good times.
So, Charlie, Dead Heat.
Dead Heat.
That's the movie you made me watch.
I did make you be thankful. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, we're talking about that later.
You should be so thankful.
We will talk about that.
We know he loves it.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah,
All right,
know.
so
I know.
Dead Heat. Tristan, go ahead and please. We've talked about the guests that were in this movie. I say guests. I mean, they weren't guests. They were just the supporting cast that we didn't expect. You know, when Charlie first told me this, I looked it up and I was like,
We missed out.
Darren McGavin.
I was gonna say, yeah, we haven't talked about Darren being in it. Kolchak,
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, Darren McGavin's in this.
Raw
That's
deal.
Billy Madison's dad.
Oh yeah,
the dad from Christmas Story. You know.
Yep.
And I'm like, whoa, okay, there's Ralphie's dad. He's got an Uzi. That's pretty cool. Oh, there's the medical hologram from Voyager. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Robert
You know?
Picardo.
Yeah, and I'm watching all this stuff, and I'm like, there's the Mogwai guy. That's cool. Who was your favorite from this movie that you would have liked to have seen maybe a little bit more story out of, or maybe some more focus forward of that character and that actor? Maybe
definitely Robert Picardo. Like, for those who don't know who Robert Picardo is, we're talking about the hologram. He was in Gremlins 2. He, at the beginning of the movie, when Roger and Doug are there's they're got that shootout with the zombie diamond heist guys, and Roger's like, hey, Lieutenant, let me borrow your car. And he's like, no. I felt like that character should have continued on, and every time someone just needed to get royally screwed, it should have been him, and it should have been Roger or Doug doing it in the process. Like, that was the one character I wish we had more of in the movie. Definitely.
Yeah, he would have been a great foil. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He could have been in the Chinese restaurant when everything came to life, when he was just trying to get food.
Yeah, he could have been like in the corner just eating dinner by himself because no one really likes him, you know?
And he's just like, oh, you Roger Mortis, you know?
Yeah.
Well, and that brings up a real weird thing they were talking about when they're getting chewed out from the captain about what they did.
I loved it.
And he's like, you used an unregulation weapon. And Mortis raised his hands going, yeah, that was me. I'm like, he didn't have a shotgun until he got in the car. So that was
right.
the other guy's shotgun in the car that he used. I'm like, why are you not chewing that guy out? That obviously wasn't his gun.
Did you notice that Mortis changed sidearms too? At the initial shootout, he had a revolver, long-barreled revolver, and then later on, he had an automatic.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. You wouldn't change your sidearm. Yeah, you'd have the one you want to use.
Think. So, I don't know. That's the kind of things I pick out of movies that drives me nuts, is continuity issues like that. I don't care what movie it is. I don't care when it was made. Continuity issues piss me off so bad because I'm just watching it. Oh, I hate it so much.
He's the only one aiming. And I did love, so Dan messaged me as he started this, and he goes, this is where's the first movie I've ever seen that a cop car didn't stop a bullet. Every cop car got annihilated, and cops are dying behind
so many cops
car.
get shot in the beginning of this.
Yeah.
There was like 712 dead cops, and then all of a sudden, Piscapo's playing darts back at the precinct after getting yelled at by the chief for 5 minutes. I'm like, what in the holy hell is this?
Yeah, no, and
He might have been a little bit more busy with Half a Dead Police Department. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong here.
all I'm gonna say is I love how every time the camera was on Piscopo, he did a different flex of his arms. He was always like pumping the biceps when he's doing the darts, and then he leans on the desk backwards and he flexes I guess it's the triceps on the back of his arm, and he's
Yeah.
got them like punched out as far as possible. You can almost see him like shaking a little bit because he's flexing. I love Piscopo in this.
He's great in this.
The world
So-
needed more Piscopo. Period.
Well,
I don't
speaking
care.
speaking of Piscopo, let me start with roundtable with this, and let's go ahead and Tristan, what is your favorite Piscopo movie? Not you're going to talk about Piscopo so much.
Well, I mean, Dead Heat. Honestly, this is my favorite movie of his. But I mean, I loved him. He's got a very small role in King Kong, but I love Johnny Dangerously. And Wise Guys was really good, but it's Dead Heat. Like for me, it's nostalgically, and then just the overall how much I love this movie. It's got to be Dead Heat.
Nate,
I mean, can we just say sidekicks? That we can keep talking about sidekicks.
That was mine.
Yeah,
That's
I
mine.
forgot about that. He was in Sidekicks.
He's Sloan.
Yep.
That's my favorite because that's what I grew up with. Was Joe Piscopo in Sidekicks? He was the I don't know what would be the right word. Crease. John Crease.
Yep, he's the Crease.
That character in this is like Kurt Sloan or something like that.
Yeah.
And he keeps showing up in the kids' daydreams and always getting his ass kicked. And I love every bit of that. But Dead Heat close second. That's for sure.
Nate.
Yep.
Dan's mad because you mentioned Sidekicks.
Yeah, I mentioned sidekicks, one time.
And I will say this, even in Star Trek The Next Generation, when Data wanted a comedian, who popped up?
Oh, yeah. It was
Joe Piscopo
Yep.
on the holodeck.
That's
All right.
right. He did.
I got a movie idea.
Okay. All right, Nate. What's your
Buddy
movie
cop
idea?
movie.
Okay.
Steven Seagal and Joe Piscopo
Oh
together.
my God.
Oh, that would be awesome. I'd totally be down for that.
I don't know if I'd want to put Joe Piscopo through that, though. I really don't know if I want to do that to him.
Here's the funny part. Nate hasn't noticed that I've muted him yet down here in the corner. That's what's cracking me up at this point.
Oh, no.
Yeah. You're back. That was your warning shot. Don't.
Yeah,
Don't
the
do it
name's been
again.
said
Because
once.
Steven Seagal's name is Dan in this movie?
That's twice, Nate. You've said the name.
Man,
That's it.
Sidekicks good. I don't know how you could pick Sidekicks over Johnny Dangerously, though. I'm just going to be honest.
Johnny Dangerously is fantastic.
Oh, it's so good. Keaton and DeVito, Dom DeLuise.
It's nostalgia. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, and
And
it
I
wins almost
wa-
every time.
Yeah, I watched Sidekicks way before I watched Johnny Dangerously.
I understand that then, but
Yeah.
because that's why like Johnny Dangerously, I think it's done really well. The cast is really good in it, and anytime I get a Weird Al theme song, I'm down for it. So I love Johnny Dangerously, but it's one of those things too where people can look and go, "That movie was really bad. Why do you like it?" And I'm like, well, because I was a kid watching it and it resonates with me. It's like you guys with this movie. I get it. It's, well, not Nate, because he just saw it Tuesday, but the rest of you guys, I understand childhood, things. It's like the Holy Trinity Star Wars. New Hope is not a good movie. It's not made well, overall. But I'm going to fight anyone who doesn't like Star Wars.
Yep.
So it's like,
yeah.
it's the same thing. I get it though. And when it comes to this movie, I understand, I've known Charlie for a decade and a half.
Yep.
And I'm watching this movie going, yep, no, I get it.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I understand. And I'm watching the deli scene or the restaurant scene or whatever it was. I'm watching this and I'm like, what in the holy hell is this nonsense? And I'm watching and I'm just like, and that's why I texted him. I was like, well, you had me till this. And he's like, it's my favorite part. And I'm like, I know.
Yeah.
I know it was.
We are Roger Mortis and Doug Bigelow. That's pretty much us in life.
Except
right
I'm
there.
the person that would look at someone and go, I have to go pee pee.
Yeah, we would flip the roles every once in a while. We're kind of an amalgam of both of them together. But yeah,
Mhm.
you would be the ones like, I have to go pee pee.
See, I'm Bigelow in this scene.
So, what color did you get? Mulberry wine. It's a good choice. Brings out your eyes.
Yeah. Oh, 100% that would be us in
I
that
love that
scenario
quote.
right
I
there.
love it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd have been me at that point. So, all right. So, Dead Heat didn't do so well in the box office. 1988. Before we started recording tonight, Tristan was talking about how 88 was a huge year for horror movies. Do you think that had anything to do with this?
I as far as because I don't know what all action movies came out in that year, but 88 for horror movies, you're talking Nightmare on Elm Street had another one, Friday the 13th, Halloween had another one, Howling 2 came out, Pumpkinhead came out, you had the Brain Damage. I mean, it was chock full of horror movies that year. So I think that definitely for 88, it had a lot of competition to go up against. I'm sorry, Child's Play came out in 88 as well. And
Killer
so not
Clowns
just
from Outer Space.
Yep, oh, I love that movie. I mean, not just big screen. You also had a lot of straight to video releases, like Catacombs came out, Maniac Cop, Lady in White, The Unholy came out that year. 976 Evil came out that year. So I think that with the large amount of horror that came out in 88, I think it probably affected it at least a little bit. Well, then you had Return of the Living Dead 2, and if you want to go to zombie film, even though I love Dead Heat more, Return of the Living Dead 2 is just a better film. I mean, from a critic standpoint than Dead Heat. So yeah, I think it hurt it in the box office big time.
Well, not to mention the fact it was rated R, and it's I've even seen where it says there were so many cuts to the gore and stuff that it was going to get an X rating because of all the gore and such, and they had to cut it down to an R rating. R rating films, as we know, just doesn't do as well in the box office, and historically speaking. Do you think that if they would have somehow skinned this down to a PG-13 style? I mean, it wasn't PG-13 in 88.
I mean,
but if they would have cut it down to something like that to get more, I don't know. I'm watching this movie and I'm like, I understand that they made this for adults. It's an adult style film with all the gore and this and that and the other in it, but the humor was on the sophomore side so much that maybe teens, would have enjoyed this movie quite a bit as well, and that could have helped with the box office.
It might have. I mean, we're talking the late 80s, for box office. I mean, you look at Nightmare on Elm Street 4 that came out the same year. That had like a $5-6 million budget, something like that, and it ranked in almost 50 million in the box office. But on the same token, though, you had Serpent and the Rainbow came out that year. I don't remember what its budget was, but it still did like almost 20 at the box office. So I mean, R-rated films at the time, especially for the blood and guts, it wasn't too shunned upon, kind of like it is today. Like we just had
like
Venom, Let There Be Carnage just came out, and while we all wish that would have been R-rated, they knew they had to bring it to PG-13 to increase what the pull was at the box office. I don't think that was that big of a deal in the 80s, especially the late
parents
80s.
didn't care in the 80s, it seems.
No. I mean, I don't think they cared when it comes to any genre.
And it's like nowadays, it's all about that box office number and what you can hit globally.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's like that's why RoboCop remake failed, because it was PG-13. It's like that's not why you go to see a RoboCop movie.
Yeah, I mean, back when Charlie said in the past, like he was only allowed to watch certain rated films and such, and the old man would kind of let him watch this and that. But as a kid, I watched Porky's, and I watched Nightmare for Elm Street and Children of the Corn. And I watched a lot of this type of stuff, a lot of, language and nudity and gore and things. And nobody seemed to, give a rip, I guess, what I was watching at the time.
We turned out fine.
Well, yeah, I'm
really.
I'm mostly okay. I
don't know about that.
Well, I mean, this bottle here, never mind. We won't talk about that bottle there off to the side. But it says I'm fine. I got a medical clearance now.
Well, it's like we'd said on Tristan's podcast where we did the Predator crossover. I didn't know those jokes in the movie were there till I was 16. You know, that's how quick
exactly.
my dad was
Right.
with the mute button. Or Charlie, go get something to drink out of, you know, the refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in that weird position now with my kid. Like, where am I going to draw that line? We let him watch The Shining the other day. He asked, he goes, I want to watch this. And I'm like, I don't think there's anything that bad. Totally forgot about the full frontal nudity
Oh
from
yeah.
the lady
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
in the tub, but she turns into this weird, scary skeleton. So I don't think there was any chance of boner sticking around very long.
Hopefully,
He's
No,
hopefully
no,
that
it-
scared it
it's
out
never-
of him.
He's never going to want to get down now. He's going to be like, the first time some girl's trying to like kiss on him at the playground or whatever, he's going to be like, nah, I'm not into skeletons. I
Which
appreciate
is
it.
PTSD.
just as funny because that happens in this movie too. You know, because that's when Randy like melts. She just got out of the shower. She's only wearing a towel. The only bit of nudity is dried up, dead naked lady laying on the floor. That's not gonna work for me, man.
Yeah, decomposed boobs are great, you know.
What
You're
Tristan?
like, ugh.
Tristan's like, and I agree with him. That whole segment, I can see where a lot of the budget went. I love that whole thing, except for the last bit of skin on her face that almost like normally we would call it digitized, but it was like layered on, and then they like weirdly took it off so she could say I was sorry, and then we got the skull talking.
It's
I was
the
like,
same thing they did with Near Dark with the fire on Homer at the very
yes.
end.
So there's
It's
like
the
a
same
layer
exact special effect.
You know what?
superimposed.
I got to add because you. Hopefully, people will laugh about this because you made me think about it with The Shining and him watching that and the full frontal nudity. I remember, no joke, first time I kissed a girl. All right, like my girlfriend was in '94, and could not get out of my head. Like,
you're such a child.
oh no, I know I am.
I'm the old man, right?
But
Still.
when it happened, the only thing I could think about was the camping sex scene from Jason Goes to Hell when he shoves that thing through that girl's body and rips her in half. And I was like, no, I can't do this. Abstinence for life. Like that's what those movies were.
Horror movies were fantastic, you know, anti-sex, you know, advertisements.
You do that, you're going to
You want to
die.
live.
That's exactly. So,
Yeah.
Okay, you've made a good case. I'm just going to let Anthony start watching all of them and just be like,
Yeah,
this
son,
is
this
what
is what
happens.
happens.
This is what happens. You sure you want this?
Keep it in your pants and you'll live.
Or you get a machete to the face. What do you want?
Next time, when he's out with a girl for the first time, you need to sneak up in the bushes and when he's getting ready to make out and just go, and see what happens.
Dude, I will get a mask and jump in on that. Like I will I'll help you out there.
I'm down.
He can scream things like fear boner and run away, and yeah, it'd be great.
I say we go dressed as Treat Williams and Joe Piscopo at the end of this. You know, we'll have the
Oh,
whole
absolutely.
like half burnt face, which I
Yes.
swear I'm watching that going, man, he looks so much like Bill from Near Dark.
Oh, he
Whenever he
does.
had that
Oh, yeah,
burnt
he really
section on his
does.
face, Bill Paxton, I was
Yep.
like, dude, that is so gooey and gross, but awesome the whole time. There's like
Crispy.
it was hanging off of him.
Crispy, yes.
And he's like
Crispy.
picking parts off, but he doesn't pick the big piece off. And you're like, just a little bit further back. Just get that one right. No, okay, we're just gonna leave.
He just looks
It's fine.
so cool. Like once he comes out of that body bag.
He was like badass mode. I love that.
Yeah.
scene.
Oh,
When he
it's
comes
so
out
good.
of the body bag, I loved it. And then he's like all business. Like the cop's got a gun. Like Shane Black,
Yeah.
is a motorcycle cop, had a gun on him, and he just like casually walks up, reaches behind, and pulls out his badge. Detective Mortis, I'm on the job. I'm like, really?
I'm gonna
That's
get your
what we're
gun.
doing.
Yeah, and it just worked, and I'm watching it going, no, I don't care for that too much, because you know, like I said, I watch it, and it's continuity issues that, like I said, I watch them and I just go, what are you doing? What is this? What's going on here? You know, but I'd already gone past the deli scene, so I was like, all right, whatever. At
You're
this
just
point,
along for the ride. Once you see the deli scene, you're
Yeah.
along. That
Yeah.
and I'm watching it with Jackie, and she about died when the first two goons that are zombified break into Randy's house,
Uh-huh.
and the black guy has like that underbite the whole time with his mouth open, like
And always looking off screen.
Yeah, and she's crying. She's like, "Oh my god, what is he doing?" Because she's watching Walking Dead right now. She's about done with that, and she's like, "Well, he didn't go to zombie training camp. That's exactly what that guy needed."
Yeah, it is real bad as far as that goes. You guys were talking about the effects. The lady that was the department head for that was Catherine Fenton, and she also had worked on The Abyss, The Blob, and Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, The Blob, another 1988
nice.
movie.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
I just had that delivered today
Yes,
on
Charlie's
Blu-ray.
just arrived.
I
so good.
did. I am in a gooey rabbit hole right now with some of the movies.
Yeah, From Beyond really put us in a gooey mood.
From
That is
Beyond,
so
and
gooey.
there's been a few others. Nate and I have a special one that will be later. We don't want to do too many gooey movies back to back to back, so we're saving a special treat for later on the horror episode.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to dive into that one.
Yeah, so am I.
So, I'm just as you guys were talking, I'm actually just kind of flipping through the cast and stuff to see if there was any other
Notable
crossover
notes.
stuff or whatever. Yeah, exactly. I did see that there's a guy that worked in special effects named Shamu.
Well, I want to work with Shamu.
Mm-hmm.
You
Just
get
a guy named Shamu.
Shamu, Professor
Shamu.
Toro Tanaka, all this cool stuff.
I saw Shamu work live at SeaWorld for a couple years. He does a great job.
There you go. Now, you guys loved the Butcher Shop. The project foreman for that is a guy named Todd Masters who worked on Slither and the Haunting in Connecticut.
Okay.
And what is this? Legion TV series and SG.
Oh, that's the X-Men show that was on FX.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was actually the prosthetic makeup designer for Showdown in Little Tokyo.
That's right. I'm looking
That
at
makes
that now.
sense.
Yeah.
Tell you what, this one is like very reminiscent of what they did even in that movie. You know, with the exploding bad guys, the floating eyeball head, just that kind of, it's kind of that kind of gore, but bumped up to 11 in this one, but it definitely has that feel.
It makes a lot of sense if you go back and as everyone's watching some of these movies now, after we talk about them, go back and look at some of the cast and the crew, not just the cast, but the crew, and see the connections when it comes to these films, because, everyone's like, oh, this feels like blah, 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 or this feels like X, Y, and Z. And you go back and find out, well, yeah, no wonder, because they also did this and they did that and they did the other thing. And it's all one big conglomerate of artists and technicians and things of that nature that kind of, I don't want to say stay in their own lane or stay in their wheelhouse, but they kind of do. And then as you watch that, you're like, oh, all right, that's kind of cool. I understand that now.
The special
film is all about
with Todd. Sorry, Nate.
Oh no, you're good.
On this one is I just looked up. He did all the mutants for Return of Swamp Thing for that movie.
Oh, there you go.
And
Nice.
and so I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, like the special effects design that he did between Dead Heat and Return of Swamp Thing looks so similar. It makes sense that he's on both these projects.
Go ahead.
And
Nick.
I was going to say that with film, it's all about networking. So all these guys are probably very close of friends back in the 80s too, of just like, check out this monster I made, check out this creature I made. Like, and I imagine there was also a little bit of competition of who could make the most gnarly or most sick looking creature
Oh, you would have to.
that was going to get put on film. Cause I know that's what I would be, is be very competitive as to what my monster was going to look like
A
or what
friendly
blood gag
kinda-
I could get.
A friendly kind of competition between
Yeah, definitely.
makeup effect houses and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like what Nate and I had talked about with like Stuart Gordon that did From Beyond. That's the guy from The Reanimator, Bride of the Reanimator, Dagon. These kind of guys know what they like and they know who they like to work with, and they just continue with those crew and those people. And it's nice when you start seeing these little either homages or even influences from others on movies. Like you find out maybe this guy studied under someone from a bigger,
Right.
studio house or a studio effect house. But yeah, I love this stuff. But I also love this. I am a huge practical effect fan. Digital and CG has its place. It would ruin this movie had they tried to do it. The one thing they did try to do is the one thing I think ruined it with her face, because everything else is ooey gooey body parts flying.
Yeah, when
Well,
her
in,
arm
in
falls off.
88, I mean,
Yeah.
the digital technology in 88 for special effects were not there. I mean, and like you
No.
guys were saying, you know, the connections with each other, you wanted to make sure that, like, oh, hey, I know Jim from Troma, and I know Steve from Stan Winston, and I know Jim that gets me the good blow, and I know Phyllis over here that makes the you know, everyone knew each other in the 80s like that anyway, so that's why they all worked with each other. But
Yeah.
I just want to make the blow joke.
I
So,
figured that's where that was going. So it's
yeah,
good.
of course.
You did good.
So thanks. Comic relief on this one. So
Good job,
you know,
Doug.
well, no, I said comic. I said
Oh.
funny.
Hey,
So
hey.
the thing in
This
this movie,
guy.
though, like you said, is digital would not have worked for this because it was not there.
Right.
It just wasn't there.
No, it wasn't. But I still feel like you lose something. I like knowing that everything they experienced in that butcher shop scene is what they experienced. They
It's all
had
puppetry and things of that
gooey
nature. Yeah.
puppets smacking them in the face, a giant side of beef, two sides of beef encapsulating Treat Williams, you know, a roasted pig trying to bite Joe Piscapo's face off. I love the fact that
Yeah.
that was actually happening right there on set. I
Isn't
love
that how
it.
you said you wanted to go, was being encapsulated by a giant side of beef?
It's one
Charlie?
of the ways. There's
I
I have
thought so.
you got to have several, but that's one.
It's got to be in
I-
your top 3.
Oh yeah,
Mhm, mhm.
slathered in A1 sauce, and he's good.
Well, if
Or he-
without A1, it's I don't even want to bother.
That, or he just wants to go down at the Autobahn here in Columbus at Schmidt's.
Yeah, I do love me some.
choke on a bratwurst.
It's a all you can eat buffet of sausage,
Yes.
and it's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, Tristan, if you ever come to Columbus, come on up. We'll take you to Schmidt's, and
That's what we
watch
need.
you-
Well, me and
watch you get
Tristan
miserable.
will just jump in the car. We'll head up. We'll do a big crossover event with Pete and everyone else apparently that lives up in Columbus. We'll meet at Schmidt's, eat, and then we'll try to go through a podcast afterwards.
Yeah.
As we're all just like, oh, my
I'm 100%
God.
in. 100%.
If you do it during the Arnold Fitness Classic, you may see him there.
Yeah, we can always run into Arnold too up there.
Yeah, there's 0 predators at that Arnold Classic event. I looked.
You can't say that. You can't
No,
say that.
there's just 0 predators. I'm telling you.
You can legally not say there's 0 predators.
Nate, you
Oh.
and I have been to the campus area plenty of times. There's plenty of predators there, Nate. Come on now.
That light bulb just went bing right above Nate's head.
What did they say?
I'm telling you guys,
Blake,
I was searching all
Yeah.
over for a predator.
Yeah. Yeah, Nate has comprehension. And he almost just spit his water bottle. That's good stuff.
Yeah,
Away from the laptop, Nate. Away from the laptop.
Yep, away from the laptop.
Yeah, go the other direction.
Dan, you were
All
mentioning
right.
earlier, or just a
Yeah,
minute ago, about the why this didn't do so good in the box office.
Yeah.
And I didn't think about it, and this was distributed by New World Pictures, which was huge in the 80s.
Yeah.
And they are home to a slew of cult classic hits
Sure.
on themselves. But that's one thing they were definitely known for. They were not very good as far as promoting theatrical runs for their movies. I mean,
No.
you've got a lot of people that started their careers from that company. I mean, the Galaxy of Terrors, of course. Now, you got Forbidden World, Humanoids from the Deep, a lot of B movie horror movies that are cult classics all came through there. Godzilla 1985, New World Pictures. Thank you all. So I mean, they had a slew of great movies that were huge on the home video market, but they just never seen. Well, gosh, Deathstalker, was another good one.
Everything we love.
Yeah, everything we love, but they
Yeah,
never
like
had a
everything that
good.
you know.
They didn't do a good job promoting theatrically, I think, to
Well, they
push these
didn't ha-
movies.
They didn't have but the rule of thumb was whatever your budget was, even back then it was like half of your budget or even double your budget for promotions. But if you weren't like Warner Brothers or Paramount or any of these others that were dominating, you didn't have the money to compete with that.
Right.
And also, it's not like these movies went to every single theater. They had to convince theaters to buy the movie to play. So there's a whole nother dynamic of, hey, we have this action horror movie that
And
may
one
not
of the
play well
other
in some places.
hard parts too, like when you have these R-rated movies, a lot of them could not even have a commercial on the TV until after like 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
now you're
Right.
even limiting your audience of who's actually seeing your trailer, which is
Right.
going to make it 10 times harder to make money off of because of it being an R-rated
and
film.
buying the ad space on,
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking 88. There's 3 channels most
Mhm.
people had. So if you weren't on NBC, CBS, or ABC, nobody saw it. But I will say that Terry Black was approached about doing a sequel at some point,
Right.
and he even tried to go like, I can't do that. Both of my leads are dead. And the guy looked at him and goes, it's a movie about a resurrection machine. I think you can figure it out.
Yeah.
But nothing ever came from that. Unfortunately, I would have loved
I would have
a sequel.
loved a sequel.
I'd
That would
love
have
a
been
sequel
incredible.
now. Give me
Yeah.
either new guys or it would work. Give me old Treat Williams and old Joe Piscapo.
Yeah, because then you can make jokes about why do they look so old for being dead.
Okay, so yeah, you're talking about how many theaters they opened in. Just because I was wanting to see what kind of distribution did they have. Slugs, which is another cult classic film done by
Yeah.
New World Pictures, came out in the same year, 88. Actually, it was only released to 7 theaters in the United States total.
God.
So
Wow.
yeah,
So,
not many
you know
people were
what?
buying their movies.
That number is not bad that they got for
For
their
Slugs.
open. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty good for that few of theaters. It's not like it went nationwide like we're used to now.
Right.
That's why
true.
we're seeing the big thing now is independent movies are like, send us to streaming. Get us to
Mhm.
that audience now. Like Shudder's killing it right now.
Mhm.
Everyone's scrambling to get onto Shudder and Shudder is also doing it as they'll put a movie on there, but also I can go into Walmart and buy any movie that's on Shudder right now. I mean,
Yeah,
they're
it just has a Shutter exclusive sticker on
they're
the
nailing it.
case.
That's what I bought Psycho Gorman. I found it at Walmart for $10.
God, that's another great one.
I love that movie. I so do.
Yeah, I showed that to some friends over the weekend, and I don't think they knew what to expect.
No one does till you start watching that movie. Dan, be glad I haven't made you force
It's coming, Dan. It is coming.
Oh, it will be coming.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So let's go ahead. No. All right. So as we get towards the end of this episode, there are, of course, a couple of big things that we still need to hit. Charlie,
Okay.
are you ready?
Sure.
You ready?
I'm always ready.
Yeah. Body count, body count, body count, body count.
All right, Charlie. Then what is the body count of Dead Heat?
Well, this is going to be difficult considering we haven't even gotten to the main shootout of the movie yet.
I was gonna say we are missing the complete amazing last third of the movie.
Well, we're going to
The
get there.
final
in a second.
act.
We're going to get there.
Okay, so we're just off the rails totally tonight then.
We're just doing this early, yes.
Okay. The body count is 32.
Okay, so 32 dead people in this movie.
Quasi dead for some.
Okay, so that counts Roger, and that counts Doug. That counts.
That counts the cops at the beginning, the multiple people that die at the end we haven't talked about yet.
Does that count Dr. Everest twice?
Yeah.
Well,
Two
see,
times?
I don't think
See, we gotta talk about that. I'm dying to talk about that.
See,
All
see,
right,
that's
so
what makes this difficult because we haven't even
Okay.
talked about the dead that
Okay,
me and
so-
Nate
Yeah.
have coined. There is now dead.
all
Yeah,
right,
there's
Nate,
dead.
please explain dead, mostly dead. What movie is that from?
I'm drawing a
Mostly.
blank.
Princess Bride. He was only mostly dead.
Mostly.
And so what's the difference between dead and dead, Nate?
So dead is just the person's dead, but dead is when the person comes back after they've died and then they die again.
That's
Dead.
Oh, the old double D, huh?
Oh yeah, the old double D.
The old Texas double D. That's what we
Oh,
call it
classic.
around here.
The old double D. All right, Nate, please regale us with the final hurrah of Dead Heat.
Start with
Well,
the motorcycle.
Roger. Huh?
Start with the motorcycle.
I was gonna start with the ambulance scene.
Perfect.
Oh, there you go.
I didn't want to pass any of that awesome.
You know what? I will. The ambulance scene was the one shocking moment for me in this movie.
So, our villain is revealed to be Dr. McNabb, Billy Madison's
Dun,
dad.
dun.
He ends up being the bad guy. He
Dad
captures
from
Roger.
Christmas Story.
Not a finger.
Oh, Jack.
He captures Roger, throws him in an ambulance, and just is like, "Yep, I already killed your ex-girlfriend. I killed Doug. I've killed everyone you love, and you're just going to be done for." Roger ends up using his toe, right, basically
He kicks it into gear.
kick the van into gear, the ambulance, and it starts to roll downhill. And this thing starts to gain speed, and it does in a magnificent crash that is just filled with
glorious.
like 80s explosion. This isn't fireworks. This is just fire, just straight up fire and bombs and you name it.
Let me
cops
elaborate
arrive.
1 second. Let me elaborate 1 second
Yeah.
on that. So, in their thought of how awesome of a car crash can we make this, it's not just a van rolling down the hill crashing into things. The van hits the car in front of it, which causes all the accidents to happen before the van gets to them, so that more cars are sideways or stopped in the intersection, so then it can blow through and do a spectacular jump, flip, turn in midair, land on its side, and explode, but only in the front. It didn't explode in the back.
And that's where I don't know how nobody was killed during that stunt.
Because the girlfriend and he were already dead.
Yep. Confirmed.
Not dead,
So then-
just dead.
They were
Just dead.
only dead.
So Roger's now placed in a body bag because, another ambulance shows up and he just unzips himself. We've already talked about this. He gets on
He
the motorcycle.
Undertaker's up.
Yeah, he
And
Undertaker's up.
smoke comes out of the bag like it was one of those, was it bird's eye steam in the bag dishes that you put in the microwave of peas? You open it and the steam comes out.
I
And he
was
kinda
wondering
sits
where you
up.
were going. That was great.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. I like that bit.
But now he is in full on I don't give a shit about anything mode.
No.
And he is packing like grenades and Uzi. He's got some explosives tied around him. And he goes
wait.
back to the lab.
But that's after he gets on the bike. He gets on the
he
bike
gets on the
from,
bike.
from Shane Black, who's the cop. He gets the bike and takes off. And then as he's going to barrel into this place, he hits the chain, flies off the bike, flies through the window, hits his back, slides by the security guard, and guns him down with a pistol first.
Yes.
It is
And
the
I was like,
greatest
I watched that, I
80s
went,
action move ever.
I was like, that's a good stunt. I like
He's
that
had
one.
full realization that he's immortal or, nothing's going to hurt him. So he doesn't care.
Because he's not
And
dead.
just like, he just
Right.
starts shooting everything that's in this lab.
He's
Meanwhile-
Terminator walking. He's
he is.
Terminator
He's
walking
Terminator walking,
through the
hip
lab.
firing his Uzi, and he gets into a 30-second, I kid you not, shootout where this one zombie and him are just shooting each other with their Uzi nonstop. They just
Jiggling.
keep blasting each other, and they're moving left to right, and eventually the one zombie is getting shot so many times that he gets pushed into the oxygen chamber that killed Roger previously in the movie. And it's just amazing. And all this is happening while Vincent Price is actually alive. The whole time in the movie, you thought he
Monologuing.
was dead. He is unalive.
He's monologuing this whole time.
Dressed up like Colonel Sanders, and he's given this like speech of how now all these rich people that are in this room can live forever. He will grant them immortality, but it'll be at a price that they can afford.
Everybody dies, rich and poor. Death doesn't discriminate. At least not until now.
That's great. So it's perfect
amazing.
Vincent Price.
Yes, and he even tells them like, you can afford this, but don't worry, you'll have your entire life to regain your riches. He is doing what I assume Bezos is doing right now, or at least 20 years from now. This is
Don't
just
say-
future Bezos.
If you keep saying that, we're going to get shut down. Don't do that.
Hey, we have good listenership on Amazon, Nate. Stop it.
Oh no.
I, for one, welcome our new robot overlords.
I will fly on the penis-shaped rocket into space. It's no problem.
It's not a
right.
problem at all.
Rock me to the moon.
Well, eventually Roger makes his way into that lab.
Okay, I'm
And-
going to stop you there because you cannot just say that. Okay,
Okay.
This is
You take it
the
over. You go.
This is the second greatest entrance he gets. So we get the guy that he shoots into the oxygen room. He hits the button to close the door. Before the door closes, he throws a grenade into the room. The door shuts. He turns around, walks through the big doors where the meeting is. The instant the grenade goes off is when the doors open, and there are body parts and debris and
Yes, there
glorious
is.
everywhere.
It's like one of those scenes where you see like your action star, Wolverine,
Yes.
where he's walking and then everything is just blowing up, explosions behind him. But instead of fire, it's just blood, guts, and body parts.
It's bits and pieces, and he doesn't flinch, and he keeps walking into the room.
Guys, don't
Tristan,
look at
Nate,
explosions.
It is exactly what it looks like when Charlie comes walking back from the sausage buffet at Schmidt's, and he's just walking slow, and sausage and potatoes and mac and cheese is just flying every direction. People are scrambling for what was left.
Yep.
And Charlie comes walking and sits down with his root beer.
And I have just a biggest smile on my face because it's also the other thing is Roger is enjoying most of this. He gets
he's having a blast.
He gets into another gun battle. So you're also going, okay, you're all dead. Why is everyone still shooting at each other? Because it's not working. And he realizes this because the gun runs out of ammo, and he grabs the next thug and throws him into the electrical panel behind him and electrocutes the guy. It's glorious. I can't say enough. Just in those two scenes, the motorcycle and the grenade explosion, perfect action movie.
Thugs that are shooting at him, and while they're shooting him, he's like Roger's telling people like duck, and the rich people aren't ducking, so they're getting shot by
they're all getting mowed down. They all died.
He's like, I told you to duck. He's just being a smart ass.
Vincent Price is trying to run away.
He's finally about to get to McNabb.
Yeah, but doesn't. Yeah.
Vincent Price like hangs out in the doorway like for the whole last part of the movie.
Yes, he does. He's like, I'm not going to leave because I'm intrigued what's going on.
And the whole time, Roger doesn't care about him necessarily. He just wants to kill Ralphie's dad for killing him originally in the vacuum chamber.
Yeah, because he killed his friend. He killed him. He killed his ex-girlfriend. Kills Randy, the other girl, even though, he was the one keeping her alive.
No, Randy was the little brother.
No,
Randy was the girl.
That's a different movie, Dan.
I got So at what part did they go eat Chinese turkey?
That was the butcher shop. Remember when they cut the head
it was
off?
Smiling at them. I forgot.
Was smiling.
Yeah, there you go.
I got it. Yeah, I understand now. Now I watched the wrong movie, I think, boys.
15 years of friendship to bring that joke around, boys. That's exactly what that was.
Yeah, that's good times right there. All right, so then he's fighting.
The big reveal. The big reveal.
The big reveal. Yes. Tristan, get us to the big reveal, baby.
Okay, so
bring it home.
After he's destroyed everybody, blowing them all away, and just blood and guts, gooey greatness, he shows up, and we find out that as McNabb is standing there, he has already killed Doug, which we know. We saw earlier. Dun, dun, dun. And what he does is he uses the resurrection machine to bring Doug back, and it's Doug versus Roger, and Roger tries his best to plead with his partner, his lifelong best friend, and he uses Sludge's favorite quote from the movie with the right shade of lipstick and brings Doug full circle and then goes to take out McNabb, and McNabb will not give them that opportunity and decides he's going to shoot himself in the head. And it pisses Roger off, and Roger's like, "You stole this from me.
You cheated me.
You cheated me from that." And Doug's like, wait. No, he hasn't. And they decide to throw him up on the resurrection table to bring him back and introduce us to what Nate has called Dead, as they kill him a second time just for gloriousness.
Glorious.
Oh, it's so good.
I love Treat Williams at this, and Joe, where he goes, "You want to see what happens when we do it twice?" I don't think so. And this is the best. This is like grenade explosion earlier, but on the little tabletop of the resurrection machine. He is gone into tiny little bits and cloth. It is so gooey, bloody, glorious. I love this ending.
If anyone wonders why you poke the holes in a baked potato before you put it in the microwave, this is why.
You watch this scene right here.
That is it, man. That is it. Oh, it's so good.
It's what happens when you microwave the popcorn too long in the bag and it pops. the bag pops. It's
Nate-
basically what happened.
Nate, why don't you go ahead and tell us about the very, very end with Vincent Price?
God, no, I let you do it.
Oh, let me do it. Well,
Yep.
while the machine has blown up the coroner twice, they decide to let it just overload. It is going nuts, and Vincent Price is begging them, "Don't let it go. We could live forever. I'll fix you. We'll do it all. We'll fix it." And they're just like, "Nah." And they
You can
turn
live
around
forever.
and unload every bullet they have left in their arsenal to the entire computer wall surrounding everything. They're shooting the resurrection machine. Vincent Price is still in the doorway, begging them the entire time. There comes a point where you can't save it, man. You can't save it. Nope. Vincent Price stays in that corner, begging them to stop
I need
and to save it.
someone to superimpose Vincent Price, that same scene, into the end of Rambo 2 when he's shooting the entire computers and all that. I need that to happen now.
That's it. That's kind of a perfect thing. It's the two of them just unloading and just destroying all
Vincent
the computers.
Price just pleading to Rambo, "I can make you immortal. You can live forever." He's just like, just shooting everything.
Nate has embraced the action part of this
I'd watch
podcast.
that. I'd watch that.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And then we get our heroes walking away, not into the sunset, but into a fog bank. Very odd kind of.
Well, they're kind of walking into the light, kind of into the fog.
You
and,
kind of get
it's
this
white lit.
Afterlife.
Yeah, and I think do we have the drop for that one now?
Hey, Rod, you think we'll be reincarnated? As what? I don't know. Maybe you get a choice. You can be whatever you want.
We edited that because it was the 80s.
Because
you can say things you can't say now.
Right. I think either Dad would have hoped it went over my head, or I would have had to go get a Dr. Pepper out of the fridge. But check out the movie if you want to hear the rest of the joke.
Boy, go fetch me a Dr. P.
Yeah, that's it. But
exactly.
That is the glorious end of Dead Heat.
And you get the glorious Dead Heat theme song.
Oh, yes.
Right after that. And while that's playing, all of us are shouting, "Sequel, sequel, sequel."
That's exactly it.
I don't know, man. I don't know how you do a sequel. Everyone's dead.
They have a resurrection machine,
but not
figured it
everyone.
out.
Yeah.
And apparently a miniature resurrection machine floating around.
They still had the one in the office or at that tools place. They could use it.
Because they shot it, but apparently you can fix things after it's shot, according to Vincent Price.
Yeah, who needs Viagra when you have that machine, right? You can just flip the little 3-inch switch and you get your 3-inch switch going, and you're good.
You
to
know
go, man.
that you asked Tristan earlier about what character would you wanted to see more. I think I would have wanted to see more of Mr. Thule and why he had a miniature resurrection machine.
He had Mogwai. He had Mogwai. Of course, he has a miniature resurrection
backup for an unruly customer.
I mean, that's the guy I want the backstory for. I want to know how, Professor Toru Tanaka, I just love saying his name. His name is Butcher. That's what he's called in the movie.
Sure, yeah.
But I want their backstory. I want how they hooked up, their friendship.
I'd like to think that Thule knew Egg Shin from Chinatown in San Francisco.
Yep.
I don't know how you butchered that so badly.
What? He was okay. Well,
it ain't Showdown in Little Tokyo. It's Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, but it was Chinatown in San Francisco.
Okay,
is where that takes place.
I can't fix this joke for you, Bubba.
It's not a joke. That's where the Big Trouble in Little China takes place in San Francisco, in the Chinatown there.
Okay, bub.
I've been there.
I know you have.
Did you get
done?
cool sunglasses?
Don't give him anything. Just let it die. let it be dead. Nate, dead. There it is.
Speaking of dead,
yeah,
this isn't going to make sense for anyone listening to this yet until the Halloween episode drops. But I got some other zombie occupational movies that I think need to be made.
Okay, everyone's going to understand this bit, but I think we let Nate go because this is gold. You guys are going to love this.
I would wait. Can he do it without wearing a Nickelback shirt?
Oh
No.
my God!
This is
Yeah,
my
he is
this
wearing
is
a
my
Nickelback
jam
shirt.
jams. It's sleeveless too. That
am
way I'm
I
more
looking
versatile.
You-
Dude, I used to work at Hot Topic. I used to get shirts for like $3.
Yeah, but like spray paint a red X or something over it. I don't know. No, ew.
Dude, bottom of every bottle.
I could
Yeah,
have
this is-
spent that $3 much more wisely.
This
Well, it's
is
because
my
they didn't have a Creed
co-host.
shirt. That was the problem.
Ew.
They
Double.
got bubble gum down the hallway somewhere, I'm sure.
Scotch stamp. No, just no. Nate, do your occupational zombie movies.
All right, so these are other movies that a zombie would have because we have Zombie Cop now.
Yep.
So the first one would be, this really isn't occupational, but Zombie. This is a movie about a zombie that has to eat other zombies to survive. The problem is the humans are not going to know if the zombie is on their side or just a normal zombie. Zombie. It's brilliant.
That's deep.
Next, we
man.
got Dr. Zombie. This
Doctor.
is a zombie that's a surgeon, but he's got no limbs. How's he going to perform the surgery without limbs? Don't know. Tune in to Dr. Zombie, a wacky comedy. Next, we got Construction Worker Zombie. He's trying to put together buildings, but there's one time where he tries to pick up something heavy and his arms just completely detached, and he goes wah wah or and that's just construction.
Dude, like I think
Zombie.
that one right there would be brilliant because the movie should be nothing but like Mr. Bean style comedy.
Yes,
his
it's
arms
just
get ripped
different
off,
zombies.
but then like he's in a construction site, so he can get a nail gun or something and just start putting himself back together again the whole time.
Stapler. Pneumatic stapler.
Yeah,
Put his arm
We
back
got
together.
duct tape.
that's the
perfect.
4-star one right there.
This is my co-host, guys.
Yep. I've got Astro Zombie.
Oh.
This is about a zombie that lands on the moon. This is actually a very dramatic piece about everyone telling the zombie that he'll never be an astronaut. He's not going to be able to ever prove himself, and he's lost everything that he's ever had.
Never
But
mind.
you know what? He's going to prove him wrong. He's going to go to NASA. He's going to do the astronaut test. He's going to go through that like really fast spinny thing. And he makes it on the moon. One small step for zombie, one large step for zombie kind.
I'm sold on that one right there. Sold.
That one happened this week with Shatner.
It really did.
Yeah.
The footage of that is absolutely adorable, though, because he's just like, oh, wow. Oh,
That's
wow.
Space.
Rocket.
But he's not wearing an astronaut suit.
He's not.
Rocket man.
Because they just went to just a little, they reached the tip.
Nate, I love how you sounded like Shatner right there, but your tone was more George Takei. Like,
Yeah,
all
exactly.
at
'cause
once.
They just merged together in my head. Now, my last one, boys, because this is an action movie podcast,
Okay.
we remake Roadhouse, but Dalton is a zombie. Everything else is the same, but Dalton is a zombie. So instead of be nice, you just bite him. So whenever any of the guests get unruly, he just bites them. Now the problem is that whole tiny town is being overran by zombies. The double deuce is now the zombie deuce, and that one guy at the end still gets his throat ripped out.
I said, as long as I got that, I'm in.
Yep.
Okay, I'm in if a zombie is driving Bigfoot down the street running.
Oh,
people
yeah.
over.
I mean, like I said, everything
I'm-
is exactly
I'm
the same.
sold.
So as they turn into zombies, the same stuff still happens. The only thing is Sam Elliott lives.
Right? Does the bear come to life?
Oh,
And we get a butcher scene like in this movie
Yes.
with the trophy room from Roadhouse.
yes. And now everything that's dead in there comes to
Yeah,
life.
but unfortunately, all the animals are moving back and forth, going, "You got your mind set on me. I got my mind set
Oh.
on you."
So the blind guy goes around trying to capture like eyeballs so he can try and get his eyesight back so he can play better. Nate, you've infected us all with your zombie career day.
The problem is the sex scene in Roadhouse is going to be very awkward.
Oh yeah, that would.
Yeah, it's not really going to work. But
Which
Sam Elliott
one?
still lives, so
Which sex
we got
scene?
that going for it.
What do you mean?
One of the which sex scene? The
He's
one
going to
between-
live. I'm not going to kill him in the remake.
No, but which sex scene? The one between Dalton or the one between the dude on his break?
Dalton.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I know which one. They didn't quite
Yep.
make it into a sex scene though. Didn't he
Oh,
stop
no,
before?
no,
Adam?
Oh,
no.
Wait.
He
Oh,
was,
no. You need to
no,
rewatch
he
Roadhouse,
was,
sir.
Yeah.
He was making a mixed drink. You know what I'm saying?
I never need an excuse to watch Roadhouse, but I don't feel like I don't
Roadhouse.
remember that one. Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
So yeah,
can we reiterate he's wearing a Nickelback shirt?
He's wearing a Nickelback shirt.
Sure. I'm just
gonna
gonna
get a Creed
say
shirt for the next episode.
we have already recorded our Halloween episode, so Nate's similar bit, we can't spoil it right now.
Nope.
Went over fantastic. This one, not quite, but some of them worked.
It was a lot harder because I used all the good occupationals for the other one.
I will say you did, and
I think the Nickelback shirt hurt you.
Yeah, it might hurt me too.
This is true. You could have left the other shirt on.
I was wearing an immolation hoodie earlier. Like, I get some of my medal points.
Yeah, but
nope, they got taken away with that shirt. They're all gone.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, Pete.
3 step backwards is always what my life is.
This is what happens when body count gets done too early, Dan.
Well, now we're going to do
I hope you're
this
happy
one.
with yourself, Dan.
Oh, I'm going to be happy in a minute. It's time for the Ali Young rating system, and we will start with our guest, our musical guest. Kind of like
not
you're going to
Nickelback.
Not Nickelback.
No. I'm going to be Paul Lynde. You be Kiss on the Halloween special, and please, Tristan, give me your Ali Young rating.
We do 10 here, right?
We do 10 here. To 10.
That's right, not the 5 like we do. Ali Young
eventually,
rating.
Eventually, we may turn them up to 11.
Oh, well,
this
then
rating goes to 11.
Let's just go ahead and say, I mean, you have me as the musical guest. There's nothing better than Spinal Tap. I'm giving Dead Heat an 11.
Woo!
Because you're the musical guest, yours can go to 11.
We allow it.
All right, Nickelback. What do you got?
Nickelback.
I am giving this one a 9. The only reason it loses a point is because Doug died. I was not happy about that. I wanted Doug to live.
Back.
Yeah.
I know, but still, like, the way they killed him off was off screen, and I refuse to believe anyone got the jump on Doug.
Okay,
I refuse to believe it.
They killed him off screen, but we got to see the aftermath, and I gotta say, that's probably one of the more gruesome death
It's brutal.
scenes
They
in the
tie him up
movie.
completely and just let him drown in his own aquarium.
Yeah, they hung
I'm
him
just like,
upside down.
There's no way that would happen to him. I refuse to believe it.
Oh my gosh.
All right, Charlie, Cadaver Charlie.
Man. This is glorious for all the wrong reasons. It really is. I won't lie. I love this movie. I have been a proponent for Treat Williams. As Tristan said, we did Deep Rising basically because it was Treat Williams.
Yep.
I am a huge fan of Joe Piscapo. His health got bad, which is why he didn't have as much time in Hollywood as he should have, especially coming from like Saturday Night Live with some of the greats. This movie gives me everything I want. It's a 9.5 on the Ali Young scale. A lot of gooey reasons that it's a 9.5, but it is a 9.5 for me. Damn.
It's really disgusting.
Gooey, disgusting.
Gooey.
All right. I'm giving this movie 2.
Bring the average down, why don't you?
Big time.
This asshole.
2.
This movie sucks so hard.
I think Danny's the Nickelback shirt.
No.
Yeah.
Give him the
I'm
Nickelback
going to
shirt.
mail you one, Dan.
So hard.
No, I don't accept that because the last action sequence you were just as excited talking about
Yes,
as we
and
were.
that's why I got 2 because I'll give it 3. I'll give it a 3 because that's true. I did like that last action sequence when he come flying through there on his back. That was cool. Getting to hear Ralphie's dad use the F word was pretty awesome. And Vincent Price and an Uzi, and Vincent Price dressed like Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, that was pretty cool too. But really good buddy cop stuff at the beginning too.
I would give it. I think Piscopo maybe said one funny line in the entire movie.
Oh, shut up!
I honestly,
get out of here.
I honestly, no jokes, no bits aside, did not laugh, but maybe once in this entire movie watching it.
I'm a guest.
dead.
Can I
You
fire
are-
him?
Yeah,
I know I'm a
you're
guest.
dead inside.
Dead inside.
And this. Man. I'm just an ordinary guy on just a ordinary day, boys.
You
I'm
see,
just trying
Dan,
to-
the heat is what some people refer to as cops, and this one's called dead heat because he's a dead cop.
Oh,
So maybe
I
that's
got
what went
it.
over your head.
Maybe I misunderstood the whole concept and premise of this overlooked Oscar-nominated film that should have got all the Oscars that year.
I mean, the subtleties. His last name was Mortis.
Yeah, I got
man.
that. Yeah,
No,
I
you
got that. I got that early on. I was like, Mortis, huh? I absolutely did at the beginning. It went Mortis, huh? Because he's dead. Gotcha.
No, you're not allowed to bring the average down that low.
That's too low.
Stop it.
So low.
Way
Even
too
with
low.
Tristan's extra 1, that gets you a 4.
This
No.
movie.
Yeah, when we carry it
this
over.
This movie, as I would like to say, was dog shit.
No. No.
There's gonna be some college nerd that's gonna comment on Apple. That's gonna be like, Dan was the only one that was actually right during this whole podcast.
They can quit listening. I'm editing this
Exactly.
episode too, so I'm going to go find another movie Dan rated, and I'm changing it up. That's exactly what I'm doing now.
Most of the other ones only went to 4.5, so good luck with that, because that's before we changed the scale.
That's true, damn it.
You
That's
think
still
you gave
higher than
Hellbound
3.
a higher rating.
This movie was really bad.
Yeah, I
I'm
think you
sorry.
did give Hellbound a higher rating.
You gave Showdown Little Tokyo. You hated that movie a higher rating.
Man, I could not give Hellbound a higher rating. There's no way.
That right there is one Ali Young by itself.
When he's right, damn it.
It's not wrong.
I might give it 4 because Professor Tanaka's in this.
Yeah, we have Sub-Zero in this movie.
All right, so I'll give it a 4.
man.
I'll give it a 4 then. Okay, so Sub-Zero gets 1 Ali Young. The motorcycle stunt gets 1 Ali Young. The Ralphie's dad using the F word in an Uzi gets an Ali Young, and Vincent Price Sanders gets an Ali Young. That's 4.
And Colonel Sanders, Vincent Price. Oh, you already said that.
Yeah, he just said that one.
So, so you
Wake
get
up,
4.
Nate.
I'll give you 4.
Look, if we stood here another hour, we might get him to 6, but we don't have that kind of time in the show.
Restart the podcast.
Oh,
geez, old Pete. All right, you guys, final thoughts on Dead Heat. Tristan, go.
Absolutely amazing. Dan's a liar. Don't listen to him.
Nickelback.
Go buy this on Amazon right now. What is it, $5, Charlie?
Yep, I bought it.
Yep. Go buy it right now and then play this at a Halloween event because you need this in your life right away.
Charlie?
Love this movie. I paid the $5. Huge fan. I wrote an article about this. Go to ultimateactionmovies.com and you will find it in the Halloween section. I will put up a link once this episode drops too, and we'll get everybody reading about it. Loving this movie, bumping it up, getting us a sequel, all in the face of Dan.
All right, everyone. I would like to thank everyone for tuning in to Give Me Back My Action Movies, the Halloween edition. And I would like to thank our, usual suspects. And that's Good Beer Bad Movie Podcast, the Good Beer Bad Movie Night Podcast with Pete and the gang over there. Thank you guys. Poster Smash. I'm sure they will come up with some Dead Heat Poster Smash poster. They always seem to come up with one after each episode we do, or before each episode. It just
Sometimes they already have one ready to go.
Yeah, sometimes they're in our brains.
Like when Dan messes up Big Trouble in Little China with Showdown in Little Tokyo, they're ready with their poster.
Yeah, the only difference is one of those movies is good. You can go ahead and make sure that you subscribe to wherever you watch or listen to this podcast. Rather, it's late, I'm tired. So wherever you listen to this podcast, make sure you subscribe, and that way you never miss an episode of this or Give Me Back My Horror Movies with Charlie and Nate. We also would like you to go ahead and give us some reviews and some comments on either, was it Apple Music or iTunes Music? What do they call it now?
Apple
Podcast.
Apple Podcast.
Yep, you can leave a review and click the 5 stars.
And Podbean also allows you to leave reviews, and I don't think they do stars, but they can just leave a review.
Yeah, I think just reviews there. Yep. All right, so do that. Follow us on Instagram. See what Charlie posts there. I'm sure it's pictures of Dead Heat on his DVD shelf. You can email us at gmbmampod@gmail.com. Once again, Pete, do it with me. gmbmampod@gmail.com. But make sure you check out the Facebook groups at this point, because there are a few of them. One of obvious is the Give Me Back My Action Movie one, but also check out the Give Me Back My Horror Movies and the Give Me Back My Podcast Network, all groups up and running. Get in them all. Do it. I mean, if Nate can wear a Nickelback shirt in public, you guys can join a Facebook group. It's not that hard.
I mean, I wear it to bed, but it's not public.
Look, man, I have to see
He breaks out his
Yeah.
Chad Kroger stuffed doll right as he
Yeah,
had
I
to see
snuggle
this.
up against it. I say, look at this photograph.
All right. And of course, the podcast, you know which ones to listen to. The Ultimate Action Movies over there, the club that Charlie had talked about. Check those guys out. Check out SLUDGEcast, the Monster Movie Stompdown. I wish we had someone that could talk about that one.
Oh, wait, I can. Yes, I am Sludge, the host of Monster Movie Stompdown, where we review great and bad monster movies from all across the world. Of course, we focus on Godzilla movies once a month, and then anything random at the end of the month. We try to do special Halloween things. And just like our brothers here at the Give Me Back series, we have a Halloween special coming up right around the corner for you guys with another 1988 classic being Pumpkinhead. Check it out for sure.
Woo! Start calling Charlie Pumpkinhead. Look at the size of that melon.
It ain't Nickelback.
That's a sexy Pumpkinhead right there.
That's true. It ain't Nickelback. And of
So
course,
beautiful.
if you are in the Tennessee area, I know it's a big state, but if you're in Johnson City or Bristol, specifically, go check out Mountain Empire Comics. If you're not in those areas, then you're in the wrong part of Tennessee. Go back and check those guys out.
He's not wrong.
Not at all. He is absolutely right.
I've been to a few different places.
Yep.
All right, boys and girls, thanks for listening. I will give everyone one last chance to say something. Tristan, go.
I love you guys.
Yeah, we love you too, buddy. Nate?
Just same thing. Just want to spread that love all over here.
Nope. Keep your love to yourself. You wear a Nickelback shirt. Charlie?
Love that Chad Kroger doll. That's what you get to do.
Yes.
I'm currently not speaking to you right now.
Good enough. For all of us here, we'd like to thank you for listening again. Happy Halloween. Trick or treat, everyone. Charlie?
I'll be back.
I knew you'd say that.